Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Papa Saw Shop. I'm Papa, and today I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of a sneak peek, just a little bit, on a saw that we're going to be coming out with. We've got some in production, and we've got some of them that are kind of circulating a little bit. We're doing some research and development on it, so I gave you a little sneak peek on that, and show you around the shop a little bit here where we're building these doggone things, the old goat saws, that is. And I also wanted to show you something that's very important, and we harp on this all the time. So I'm going to start with that first. So fuel and oil mixture in an old goat custom chainsaw. Okay. Now, I say this a lot in the owner's manual that you get online, on any kind of stuff that you get from us. Old goat custom chainsaws, these are completely different than any other saw you've ever seen. Okay, and I can't say that enough. And we've all been through, what goes into them and that kind of stuff. And if you haven't, I'm not going to bore you with all that kind of stuff because there's videos about that. But having said that, there are some things that you can put in other saws that'll get you by. Old goat custom chainsaws are not that way. You cannot use just any old 2-cycle oil and throw it in any old gas and say, good enough, and run an old goat custom chainsaw. Not gonna happen. She's not gonna start for you. If it does start, it's not going to be pretty. So today I want to show you a little bit about that. We had one of our small saws that went out. It's called the HP series. It's not online yet. It's not officially released, but it's in the research and development stages. And we have one of our professional cutters and took it out and brought it back, and he said, boy, this thing will run, but it just once you get it started, but it doesn't want to start. And we got to prime it to get it to start. And so we said, no, we better get her back in here. So anyway, I'm going to grab this camera here, and we'll get you up here. And so, whoop, geez, that was right up there in your face. All right, so we brought it in. And I told my builder, Zach, and I'll introduce you to him in a second here, but I said, Zach, something ain't right here with this thing. Something's going on with it. We need to figure it out. And so he brought it in and he tore it completely down. And when I got back from the repair shop, we went over it together, and I think we figured out what's going on. So I'm going to flip this camera a bit. Alrighty, so there's a picture of the fancy vise right there. So here's Zach working away on this. He's you'll see more of Zach in our coming videos, but he's the man behind the build right there. So anyway, this is the HP series. Looks a lot like an old 200, but again, you'd never seen a saw like that. Steel never made a saw like that. So they're built a little bit different, and they're built a lot different on the inside. So we're not going to go into that a whole lot, just because, like I said, they haven't really been released yet. So there's a lot of things we're keeping close to our chest. So there's that anyway. So let's get to the issue at hand. So I'm going to show you a little bit about the inside of these things before we get to there. We'll just keep teasing you. So here's the internals of that. So this is a regular 200 right here. Okay, that's an old 200 case right there. What you see is what you get. Now, I want to show you this guy here. I'm pan over here. Now that's what you get on the inside of an old goat HP series. Now, obviously, I'll pan out here. Obviously, the bearings and seals are not in this guy here. And the bearings and seals are in here. Wanted to show you this. This is those high performance bearings that we get. And that seal that's in the back of it there, of course. And then this, I don't know if you can hear that or not, but when that drops, it's pretty solid. You hear that? You hear that high-pitched ding? You hear that? You hear that high-pitched thing there? That's called a weak case, okay? That's your standard case right there. I could do that all day. It sounds like a dish dropping. Look at that sounds like a brick. That's Old Goat Custom Chainsaws right there. Built like a brick, well, you know, house. Okay, so anyway, that's the internals of those guys there. Kind of gives you a little peek. There's the other half of it right there. And we put this protective coating on the inside here. Does that stuff come off? Well, Zach just showed me here a bit ago, this thing came out of our chemical tank where it's been soaking for a few days to try and see if this will come off. And no, it's still right on there. So the more it heats, the more it cooks into the case and all that kind of stuff. But it obviously stays where it stays put. So anyhow, I'm babbling at you. Let's get to the point here. Fuel. Look at that. There's the main event right there. Now, obviously we got an issue. Now that's what, I mean, the words down here says it all. That's what was in the saw. This is what you should be using in an Old Goat custom chainsaw. That's the color of that fuel. And I wanted to make this video just so you could see that. So if you ever have any issues and you think, you know, there was that issue that one time Papa said about that fuel, you can compare it to that. If your fuel doesn't look like this, then you got a problem. So this guy tells me, he just told Zach, yeah, I'm using oil that you guys sell me. But again, these are not regular chainsaws. Okay, this is not like any old chainsaw. There we go. We'll flick it back here. Yeah. We'll get the camera all messed up here. There we go. So oil and fuel mixture are hugely important. If we can use that as a word, hugely. They're important just because, again, I can't tell you this enough. These are not like any other chainsaws you've ever ran. So you can use the Sabre, the AMSOIL Sabre oil, but then if you got water in your fuel, well, then you're right back to square one. So good fuel, AMSOIL Sabre. That's what you got to use in there. You can't get gas at papashop01.com. But you can get your AMSOIL that you need to get for these guys. So, just wanted to take a minute to show you that, show you how important that is. And remember, we've got a damn good warranty on these saws. And we do all we can to make sure that these things run for you. So all you got to do is go to www.papashop01.com, buy your AMSOIL, get it shipped directly to your house, to your shop, to your barn, to your campsite, whatever. As long as you got a mailbox, it'll get there. And then put that in some good gas and put that in your Old Goat custom chainsaw and go kill some trees. So anyway, I think that's about all we got for today. So just wanted to show all that to you. And look out for that HP series. And if you go to www.papashop01.com, the Old Goat is going to be making an appearance pretty soon, and he's going to be telling a big secret about where that HP series name comes from. So you want to subscribe to the website, check that out, and see where that HP comes from. It's kind of interesting. So anyway, till next time, guys, be careful out there. We'll see you later, and happy motoring.